The state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
The American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families.
Two very different viewpoints, as you might expect, from President Joe Biden and Alabama Senator Katie Britt. But with the State of the Union now behind us, we are heading into the expected presidential election matchup between President Biden and former President Donald Trump. Joining me now is NBC News' Kristen Walker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, Democrats seem to be very happy, very pleased with the energy showed by President Biden last night. There are two questions, though, here. Will voters who have had their doubts about him come around? And what will Republicans pounce on after last night's speech?
Well, both great questions. We'll have to see what voters have to say, Jennifer, but I can tell you that Democrats are taking a victory lap after President Biden's State of the Union address. They feel like he was fired up and feisty from the start. It only took him 4 minutes to take direct aim at former President Trump, whom he referred to as his predecessor more than 13 times. And he really tried to cast this as a choice election between himself and former President Trump. Look, he is planning to crisscross the key battleground states. He's going to be in Georgia over the weekend. He's going to be in Pennsylvania and has a number of stops planned for next week. And I think the key question is, can he keep this momentum going? That's really the big question looming large. But here's the bottom line. The general election is on, Jennifer.
Yeah, Kristen, as you just mentioned, us down here in Georgia on Sunday for Meet the Press, you'll have Georgia's Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock. And our primary is just ahead of us coming up on Tuesday. So a very big weekend here in our state with both President Biden and former President Trump coming to campaign.
That's right. And it speaks to the significance of Georgia. And I think the question, and when you talk to Democrats, they privately express concerns about Georgia. So fair warning, I think you can expect a lot of political activity in your state from now until November. I think that there is going to be a focus on the great state of Georgia because it is politically so significant and so important. So we'll be talking to Senator Warnock about all of this. How does he see this race playing out? He's not going to be on the ballot this year. Could that have an impact on turnout? How concerned are Democrats about that? And what is their strategy for winning a state like Georgia? We'll talk to Senator Warnock about all of it.
And we will certainly be watching to see what happens. Kristen, thank you so much. Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10
Thank you.
on 11 Alive.